I think it's probably one of the most important competitions that we have in this country today. I have always tried to support or send people whenever I feel they're appropriate to actually enter the competition. There's only about 4 or 5 competitions that are true and good for the young professional of today, and the Roux Scholarship is obviously, right at the forefront of that. I will always send a good young cook who is at the stage in life where he needs to really develop. It stretches the boundaries of what people do. It makes them actually compete. They see exactly what their standards are, and of course, at the end of the day, if they win, it's actually a great big PR thing for the kitchen. The morale of the cooks goes up, everything about it. And then to be sent away to a 3-star restaurant somewhere in the world, well, what a prize. That's something else. You have to be a very thorough professional and a specific type of cook. He has to have a great understanding of cooking. And not only that, you see on the final, he goes forth into a final. He is then given a recipe. Yes, he can take a book, but he has to have an understanding of classic cooking. Too many people don't actually appreciate the realities of good classic cooking. That's what cooking is. It's historical, yes, but the reality of it, there is proven methods. And modern day cooks and the very, very best cooks are people that have evolved with great classic cooking. I would say the Roux Scholarship would definitely be at the sous chef. Now, once that sous chef, he hasn't actually dipped his foot in the water as a head chef. The moment they actually go as a head chef, they become nervous to actually, being found not to win. And that's the problem. And people do not want to put their head on the chopping block and say, I didn't get that, and I didn't win, and I'm not good enough. That's the problem. It's always going to be at a certain level as well. The caliber of people that you actually have judging and leading the way, the Roux themselves are an enigma. And everything about them is about great excellence in classic food. I use it as a way of training and developing my people. But in realistic terms, it is very much the head chef's duty to actually say, listen, come on, get out there and train for it and develop the guy so he can actually stand on his feet and do it. I will ask a question to the guys, what's more important, the visual aspect or the taste of food? 9 times out of 10, they actually think that it's actually going to be the look of the food. What they don't seem to understand is, if something is cooked correctly and it's actually placed on a plate correctly, it will become art. You see, classical cooking, first and foremost, we have to understand the fundamentals of a kitchen. If everybody in this country understood how to bake, how to roast, how to poach, how to braise, already you're understanding cooking. Then it's adding a recipe. A recipe then just transforms the method that you'd actually utilize in your cooking. And that's what we don't quite do here. And I wish people would grasp that, and then we would have much better cooks all over the country. There's not enough chefs eat in restaurants anyway and understand what has happened from the hot plate to actually put the whole thing. When you taste a whole dish, it's very, very different to tasting individual sauces and individual pieces of meat, fish or vegetable. It's when you put it all together that you realize whether it's great or not. And that's what we don't do. We don't do enough of it. And you've got to enjoy food. So many cooks, you'll hear them, I'm a vegetarian, or I don't eat that, or I don't enjoy that. There was lots of things I never enjoyed when I first started, but I've been eating, tasting all the time, and I've found ways for my palate to enjoy certain notes in different flavors.